Warning, this is not a beginner video. How can we improve sales productivity? I'm going to answer that question in a very deep and a very thorough, strategic way today. If you are new and you are looking for like time management tips or ways to improve in your self-discipline, I have made plenty of those videos. This just isn't it. Today, I am going to walk you through how to analyze your sales, find the target areas of inefficiency, and make strategic moves to really make your sales system more effective and more efficient, and obviously increase overall sales volume. I'm Amy Walker, Client Acquisition Specialist. I help clients create predictable, consistent sales through their organic marketing and their scalable sales strategies. And I appreciate you watching today's sales doc video where we are diagnosing your sales woes so that your sales can be sick in a good way. So there is not a fast answer to this question, and without digging into the numbers, you won't actually know where the opportunities are for your business. So here's how this video is going to work. You're going to need to watch it twice. The first time to absorb the information, and then the second time to actually dig through your data, calculate, and find your potential growth areas. And yes, we will be looking at numbers because you absolutely cannot figure out how to be more productive if you don't find out where you're being inefficient. So we have to look at the numbers. So if you do want to leave and go watch a more entertaining or more motivational video, feel free, I have plenty of those. But if you're serious about improving your sales and your productivity, what I want you to do is like glue your butt to the chair, be willing to pull up your numbers, and I'm gonna go walk you through this process. I use the same process with a medical practice that I worked with last year and helped them increase their overall top line sales by $1 million while increasing their profits by 5%, which they were pretty stoked about. So it works, it matters, and we're gonna just jump right into it. The first thing that I want you to do is address the obvious, okay? So let's go and let's cut out any areas of like visible waste that we get it, we see it, we know it's there. So this could be things like employees that consistently miss their sales goals. This could be time that you can see being wasted. This could be areas you know you're dropping the ball. I want you to look at those things and make a commitment to addressing them. It is amazing how often we ignore and push off problems because we're like, I don't have time to deal with that now. I don't have time to deal with that now. And then they just go and they snowball. I want you to capture those things and let's stop the snowballing effect right now. Let's make a list of what are the areas of inefficiency you see, you know it's there. Address those, and then we're gonna dig in and I'm gonna show you some really cool ways that you can find opportunities for massive increase in sales by just focusing on small tweaks and small growth in multiple different areas. All right, it's time to get into the numbers. So the first number that we're gonna look at is our average annual value per client. So if you don't know how to generate this report, let me walk you through it. It's not that hard to do. You're gonna pull up the all sales report from last year. This might be in your CRM, it might be in QuickBooks, but this is all of the sales that you made with the names of all of the people who paid you. Now you're going to take the total amount of sales and you're going to divide it by the number of people. Some of you, this is going to be, you're going to need to take this into a spreadsheet and sort by the names, and then you'll be able to say, okay, this person is in there 10 times, but they're only one person. And then this person's in there 3 times, but they're only one person. But that will tell you that number. So the average annual value per client is total number of sales divided by the total number of clients. That's a really important number. We're gonna put a pin in it and we're gonna come back to it, and we're gonna look at this same report again, and we're gonna look for our sales channels. So we all have multiple sales channels in our businesses. This could be like you have an online sales channel and you have an in-store sales channel. It could be services and products. It could be event sales versus program sales, but you have different sales channels. I want you to actually go and separate them out now by sales channel, because what we're looking for is, do you have inefficient sales channels? I did this at the end of last year and made a really kind of surprising discovery that when I take out all of my other sales channels except for events, our average amount per client goes up by, it goes up from $3,000 to $7,000 is what our client is worth to us. So if we then look at it and say, okay, I know events are obviously where we're selling the most efficiently. So what do I want to do with that information? So that's the next step. We have to figure out what is that average annual value per client per different sales track that you have. If we have an inefficient sales channel, now we get to decide what are we going to do about that. I call these lagging sales channels because it sounds better than like crappy sales channels. So once you've identified your lagging sales channels, now we got to jump in and be like, okay, I found the issue. How do I want to treat the issue? So number one is that you could just cut them out. That's what I'm doing. I'm literally cutting out all sales channels this year except for our events. And the reason is because I don't want to work harder. I really don't. I want growth, but I want growth to come smoothly and easily. And when I ran the numbers for how many leads I need to have this is crazy, you guys. When I ran the number for with all the sales channels included, what I would need to have in terms of volume of leads to hit my goals in 2023, it was 1,300 leads per month. When I took out the inefficient, lagging sales channels and I just ran it with only events, it was 400 and it actually went down to 355 leads per month. So then I looked at it, I was like, I could do 455. So then I adjusted the sales goal up. So, I mean, it's a big difference if you'll look at how we can address these lagging channels. So you don't have to cut it out because maybe you really love that other thing that you do, or maybe that thing that you do brings people in and that one's not real profitable, but it leads people into other things. I get it. I get all of that. So the next thing that we're going to look at is, do we need to scale back our energy, our spending, our attention, our time in the lagging channels to put more of it in to the more profitable channels? That's another option you could do. The other thing that you can do is you can work to improve the lagging channel. And there are times when all three of those things make sense. So you can cut, you can scale back, or you can improve. But one of those three things I would definitely recommend so that you're not just pouring time, energy, and money into something that's really not producing very well for you. So if you are digging these tips and you're new to the channel, make sure that you subscribe and then hit the bell notification so you can get notified every time we release new content. Now at this point, you're gonna wanna download a tool that I've created for my clients and I have it available for you here. We call it our Ultimate Marketing Calendar. The Ultimate Marketing Calendar basically is a super cool spreadsheet with a bunch of formulas so that it does the math for you. So this was not designed to be used this way, but it actually still works and it is going to make it easier than trying to do it on your own. So download it, grab it. You're going to want to actually pull it up and start using it right now. The next area that we're going to look at for inefficiencies is we're going to actually look at your numbers. So there's certain like transition points that we want to know our percentages of conversion for in our sales system. I know some of you are like, this is a lot of information. Remember, this is why I said you are going to want to watch this video twice. This is a very diagnostic video. This is not like your normal average YouTube hype you up video. This is like, let's look at the numbers and fix the problem. So stick with me. Okay, when we look at these numbers, here's where I want to see your numbers at. So first of all, number of leads per month. Are you hitting it? Are you falling short? If you're not hitting it, we obviously have to fix that. But that's technically a marketing issue, not a sales issue. Okay, the second thing, now we're getting into the sales numbers, is the percentage of leads that you reach per month. If you're not hitting like 20% or higher, that's an area where you have room to improve. So maybe you're bringing in 1,000 leads per month, but you're only talking to 10 people. That's obviously going to be terrible for your sales. We need to figure out how can we get a hold of our leads better. One of the biggest things that we have found is shortening the time. If we get a lead online and we reach out to them within 15 minutes, we are so much more likely to be able to start that conversation and have that go somewhere than if we wait even a day. The next number is the percentage of leads that we talk to that schedule. So I want that to be 25% or higher. That number is showing you the skill level of your appointment setter. If your appointment setter is not good on the phones, that number will be lower. If they're great on the phones, I've seen that number get up as high as like 40%. The next is your hold ratio. This is the amount of people that are scheduled for a sales appointment that actually show up. I want that number to be 75% or higher. Next is our close ratio. This is the percentage of people that we talk to that actually sign up and close. This varies depending on industries. Like some industries like network marketing, I mean, they're like 80% close. I want it to be 25% or higher. If it's lower than that, I think that you need to be working on your sales skills and we need to get that number up. All right, we've looked at the numbers. Now comes the fun part. This is the fun part. And this is the part where this tool is gonna work, but you're gonna have to adjust with me a little bit here. So I want you to look at small measurable goals in all of these areas, and I want you to see what is possible. Again, you are going to want to be using the Ultimate Marketing Calendar for this. So I'm going to actually show you an example on my screen here. Is this helpful? Are you liking this? If so, make sure that you hit that like button and leave me a comment. Let me know what was your biggest takeaway today, or if you have questions. This is definitely the type of video where I feel like people do have a lot of questions, so feel free to put them below. I do make an effort to answer all of the questions that come in. If you haven't done it yet, if you're just watching through the first time and you're gonna go back and actually do the work, you need to download the Ultimate Marketing Calendar right now. So go grab that, ultimatemarketingcalendar.com. The link is also down below. So now that you know how to improve sales efficiency, the next video that you're going to wanna watch is how to scale your sales. It is a 15-minute masterclass. It is also a very thorough training that's gonna show you what it looks like to build a sales system and a sales process. And definitely a do not miss video. So thank you so much for letting me nerd out for a minute here. I feel like these are the kind of videos that people really hate on YouTube. Like they just want the fast, the easy, and sometimes they don't go in and go deep to really figure out what it is. But I cannot tell you, every time I do this with a client, we find so much opportunity for growth. And this is before they even have to go in and start marketing to new people. This is like, how can I create more growth with the marketing that we're already doing and what's already coming in? It makes a huge difference. If you were to, I mean, that number of, improving your per client annual value up by 10%, that makes such a huge difference in your overall sales. It's crazy. So get excited, get committed, and I will see you in the next video.